My birthday is January 2nd, 1955. In 1960, when school was beginning, that's when my mother was planning on me integrating Lusher. The same time Ruby Bridges was going to integrate her school on the other side of the city. Unfortunately, my birthday falls in January, and you have to be 6 years old to begin first grade. So I wasn't able to integrate that year in 1960. So my mother definitely made me do it in 61. And that's when myself, and that's when she asked Miss Newchurch if she'd like to be included in it with Sylvia. And that's how the both of us were the two to integrate New Orleans school in 1961 at Lusher. So, as you know, I went to McMain. From McMain, I went to Forshey, graduated at Forshey, went to LSU and Southern in Baton Rouge. I played handball for a short time for LSU and dance. I was actually studying deaf education, but I did not graduate. My mother became sick here, and I left school, came back here to help with her, and I just started working. I did have neighbors and people that I went to church with felt that I was being uppity because we were the only blacks living in that neighborhood. My father, before he passed away, I was 3 years old when he passed away of a massive heart attack. He was the first black postman in New Orleans. And we were the first blacks to live on Hillary Street in that neighborhood. So a lot of the black people that we knew that lived and worked around there, a lot of them were maids in the houses around our neighborhood, and they felt that we were being uppity, that we were trying to be white, as they said, or trying to be better than anyone else. So that's where I say most of our negative feelings came from on that aspect. And then, of course, there were whites that didn't support us. I had two very good friends while I was there. Uh, Both of them, of course, were white. One was a Jewish girl. Her name was Barbara Lehman. And the other one was Ellen Bilodeau. Her parents were professors at Tulane. Ellen was an atheist, and Barbara was an Orthodox Jew. And the three of us hung out together, and not everyone liked that. Not everyone liked that. I also had a very, very good friend. Her name was Sherry White. We were in second grade together with Miss Claudette, and she's not on that picture that I sent you, or you may have a picture of Miss Claudette, my second grade teacher. We liked each other. We ate lunch. We played together, but her mother did not like her playing with me. Her mother took her out of the second grade class, had her to change teachers. So we would still meet for intermission and lunch and try and talk after school before her mom would pick her up. And then her mother eventually took her out of the school completely. So I never saw Sherry White again. I have no idea what happened to her. I always wonder about that. Because my mother always told me there was no difference between us. It was just the color of our skin. So, and I that's the way I thought. Well, you may not know, Elwyn, but my mother's home was on Hillary Street, which is literally around the corner from Lusher. Well, as no more Lushers, Williams. So the black school, I would have to walk 6 blocks to catch the streetcar, ride the streetcar for about 4 or 5 stops, get off, and then walk another 6 to 8 blocks to the black school. My mother didn't find any sense in sending me to a black school when I could go to a school right around the corner from my house. So that was the main motivation. Convenience. By any
Oh,
chance, did you want to speak to my mother?
yes, that would be
Okay,
really.
let me grab her right quick. Hold on. So, Elwyn, this is my mother, Pearl de Villiers.
Hi,
Hello,
how are you?
I'm good.
The teachers at Lusher were very cooperative, and my neighbors were too. It was only one lady, I don't know, I don't remember her name. She was standing out there singing 2468, we don't want to integrate. Well, several people formed around her, but nobody said anything. And in the neighborhood where we lived, it was a mixed neighborhood, and we got along with almost everybody in the neighborhood. So I really didn't think we would have too much, although the NAACP had gotten a detective and he was watching the house. But I didn't know he was watching the house until one of my neighbors told me a man was watching. I never had any regrets at all.